how can one create a setting where we can convene the neighborhood to really look after itself and to accept all the changes that might occur in the course of a generation?
I think the best part of the mission of Community Human Services comes from its history. You know, the people who started the community center believed that we were all more healthy when we had a chance to be with one another in a community, where we were able to have friends and neighbors and people that we could count on. So really this concept of creating a vibrant community where everyone belongs, where everyone is valued, where everyone's strengths are capitalized on, to make a whole that's the best, healthiest, most productive, exciting whole that it can be.
I was very fascinated by homelessness because, well, one of my insanities was when I was young, for some reason I had compassion for a drunk named, he's a really crazy guy, you know, and he was always alone and he always sat on the street, etc. So I grabbed him and brought him to the house and I gave him a bath. My parents killed me. Anyhow, so there was an interest in this. There's something fascinating about living in the streets.
So this concept of Community Human Services being a vehicle to strengthen communities and enhance lives started 40 years ago. And you can really see it in even small ways, even in the conversations in the lunchroom. You see people being connected to a larger whole. You really see people feeling like Oakland is an important place. It's a place that they want to be. It's a place where they feel safe. It's a place that they can call home. And you see people start to feel differently about themselves, that it really is able to enhance their lives by reminding them that they're important, by reminding them that the things that they do are valued and cherished by the people here at the center, whether that be staff, whether that be neighbors, whether that be visitors, friends. People really do feel valued here. And I think that that value that they feel coming from the community center translates into the other things that they do. They know that they're important here, which means that they're important overall.
I love my job. I really do. I have a sense of belonging here. The people that I work with, I couldn't ask for a greater bunch of folks. We've gone through things, all of us down there, we've gone through things, and we've been there for one another. They've been there for me, I've been there for them, and it's great. I really can't even describe it. I love what I do. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I think that knowing at any given moment we can give people, with our support, the capacity to make the small and big things that they want to have in their life happen for them, who could ask for anything more than that? You could never work at a better place than a place that gives you that opportunity. I mean, this is a magical place to be, to work, to be a partner. This is the place that I can't imagine anyone not wanting to be at, client or otherwise. And I hope that I have the kind of history here that our 30-year plus club has, where they're able to say, I'm celebrating my 30th, my 35th, my 37th, my 40th anniversary. So I'm only on year 8, but I'm looking forward to the next 30.
I feel that it's a community-based organization that really works very hard to find out what the person needs, spends the time, helps direct that person to those kinds of services that would be important for that person. And as I said, doesn't do the quick fix, but really does try to pull that person into the community of Community Human Services itself.
You know, the formerly homeless folks who are out in the streets going to the Red Door or Jubilee Kitchen or under a bridge, you know, wherever it is, really hearing those stories about how people were really connecting with folks to make a difference. So there was a real sense of satisfaction there, and really looking forward to knowing that we were making a tangible difference in real practical needs, housing, shelter, relationships.
I love this center. It's part of my home. It really is. I mean, I've heard people say that about other places. I thought, how could that be? But it's so true. You know, it's part of my home.
It's almost like going to my parents' house and meeting with a group of my relatives, and everybody's very concerned about you and everybody wants to know what you're doing. And that's very genuine. And I feel that same thing every day when I come to the community center. So I've often said, I think I have the best job in the world.